A record amount of precipitation and devastating flooding throughout most of California marked the start of the year 2023. The initial rains were absorbed by parched watersheds, but they quickly became flooded. Runoff quickened. Wet hillsides gave way. Rural levees failed, allowing rivers to overflow their banks. Towns were submerged. Deaths occurred. When atmospheric rivers and bomb cyclones multiplied in the Pacific Ocean, they continued to batter California one after another. A state that had just emerged from the ashes of 3 excruciatingly dry years was suddenly overwhelmed by more water than it knew what to deal with. Yet the recent wet and wild weather won't, at least not yet, put a stop to the drought or undo the West's dry spell, which dates back 1,200 years. It may seem like the drought is over in some areas. Consider San Francisco. The earth is saturated due to recent near-record rainfall. The Hetch Hetchy Reservoir in the Sierra Nevada is 80% full, and the water supply is at capacity. Jeffrey Mount, a senior fellow at the Public Policy Institute of California, remarked that the definition of drought depends on who is looking at it. This is fantastic if you live in San Francisco and depend on surface storage from Hetch Hetchy. Yet it will take several years of rain like this to make a difference if you live in a small town in the San Joaquin Valley where extensive groundwater pumping has dried out your well. The groundwater basins of the San Joaquin Valley are just one example of the effects of the drought that can take years to reverse, since thousands of wells there have dried up. Aquatic ecosystems in California are one example. Many different fish species have been affected by the drought, and it will take years for them to recover. A number of stressors caused by humans mean that some species, including the Delta smelt and winter-run Chinook salmon, are endangered and may never fully recover. It might be difficult to predict when a drought will start and finish. While many experts refer to the California drought of 2013-2016 as having a distinct beginning and conclusion, Mount believes that particular drought hasn't yet ended, and that the present drought is really an extension of it. After all, the majority of the past 15 years have seen below-average rainfall. Only 3 years, 2011, 2017, and 2019, have been particularly rainy after the huge flood year of 2006. Several climatologists predict that in the future, California will experience a continuous drought, punctuated sporadically by extremely wet periods.